The decorations are up, the candy bowl is getting full, the whole house is buzzing with that fun Halloween energy. It's such a great time for the family, right? But have you ever stopped to think about what all this excitement looks like and sounds like through your pet's eyes?
For our furry friends, some of our favorite traditions can be pretty confusing, a little stressful, or, well, even downright dangerous. So, over the next few minutes, we're going to walk through the biggest Halloween hazards to watch out for. And I'll give you some simple, practical tips to make sure the holiday is a celebration for everyone in the family, two-legged and four-legged alike.
All right, let's dive right in. We're going to start with the things around the house that might not seem scary to us, but can be a real problem for our pets. And this isn't just a feeling, We have the data to back it up. Calls to the pet poison helpline actually shoot up by 12% during Halloween week. That makes it their single busiest time of the entire year. So what's the #1 reason for all those calls? Yeah, you probably guessed it, all that delicious candy. These treats are so often left out on coffee tables and counters, right at nose level for a curious dog or cat, making them an irresistible but very dangerous temptation. And here's the thing, it's not just one bad guy on this list. Chocolate is, of course, the classic villain, but that sugar-free gum with xylitol? That can be even more deadly and fast. Raisins can cause kidney failure, and a big binge on sugary, fatty candy can lead to a really painful condition called pancreatitis. And look at that last one. Even the wrappers themselves can cause a life-threatening blockage if they're swallowed. So, why is chocolate so bad for them? Well, it all comes down to a chemical called theobromine. Think of it like a cousin to caffeine. Our pets just can't process it the way we can. And the darker and more bitter the chocolate, the more of this stuff it has. To put it in perspective, just 1 single ounce of baking chocolate can be enough to seriously sicken a 50-pound dog.
Okay, but it's not just the food we need to worry about. All our fun and festive decorations can also pose a pretty big risk to a curious pet.
This chart really breaks down the dangers perfectly. A happy, wagging tail can easily knock over a lit jack-o'-lantern, and that's a serious fire hazard. Chewing on electrical cords is a huge risk, especially for teething puppies and kittens. Glow sticks. For some reason, cats seem to love these things. The liquid inside isn't usually fatal, but it tastes awful and causes some really intense drooling and mouth irritation. And all that stringy fake cobweb, if that gets eaten, it can cause a dangerous intestinal blockage.
Of course, a lot of us absolutely love dressing up our pets. I mean, who doesn't? But we have to be really careful that their adorable costume doesn't come with the cost of their comfort and their safety. The key is just to choose wisely. A good, safe costume lets them move around freely, and it doesn't block their vision or hearing. You really want to watch out for any small, chewable parts, like buttons or little beads that can become a choking hazard. But honestly, the most important rule of all is to never, ever force a pet to wear a costume. If they seem anxious, tucking their tail, licking their lips, trying to get away, it's much better to just let them go in their birthday suit. Now, beyond all the physical hazards, we have to remember that the whole atmosphere of Halloween can be incredibly stressful for our animals. The constant noise and the parade of strangers, well, it can be truly frightening from their perspective. I mean, just try to put yourself in their paws for a second. The doorbell is ringing over and over again, weird-looking people in strange costumes are showing up at the door. There's a lot of noise. It's really a recipe for anxiety. And all that commotion, combined with the front door opening and closing all night, creates the perfect storm for a frightened pet to bolt and get lost. So, now that we know all the risks, let's talk about the solutions. Because the good news is a few simple, proactive steps can make all the difference in the world.
Think of this as your key to a peaceful night. It's a simple 4-step plan. First, get all those human treats secured. Put them in a sealed container way up high. Second, decorate with care. Go for those battery-powered candles and make sure electrical cords are covered up. Third, and this is a big one, create a safe zone. A quiet back room with their bed, some toys, and maybe the TV on for some background noise can give them a wonderful, peaceful retreat from all the chaos. And finally, just take a minute to double-check their ID tags and microchip info. It's a simple precaution that can be an absolute lifesaver.
But what happens if, despite all our best efforts, we suspect something's wrong? Well, it's absolutely crucial to know the signs of distress so you can act quickly. You really want to be on the lookout for any behavior that is unusual for your pet. Things like vomiting, being extremely tired, hiding, or seeming really agitated are huge red flags. If you see them straining to go to the bathroom, that could mean a blockage from a wrapper or decoration.
And in really serious cases of poisoning, you might even see seizures. The bottom line is, you know your pet best. If something seems off, trust your instincts.
So if you do see any of those signs, it's time to take action. Having a clear plan in your head ahead of time will help you stay calm and focused right when it matters most.
First things first, safely remove your pet from whatever it is they're getting into. Then, call for help immediately. Call your vet, call a local emergency clinic, or have the number for a pet poison helpline ready. They are your absolute best resource. When you call, be ready with as much information as you can. Knowing what they ate, about how much, and when it happened is so helpful for the veterinarian team trying to help them.
Ultimately, it all just comes down to this. A little bit of planning, a little bit of foresight. That's all it takes to make sure that Halloween is a fun and safe holiday for every single member of your family.
Remember, this information is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional veterinarian advice. If you have any concerns about your pet's health, please consult with your certified veterinarian. They are your best resource for ensuring your companion lives a long, happy, and healthy life.